Alright then. Who the fuck are you?
A soul gem. That's what it was. Then, I must be... Oh no.
What a happy looking, nice little place.
I must return to the frontline Alessian headquarters at once. Lives are hanging in the balance.
You do that, girl. What's this? Wow, that seems normal. Who are the ideal masters, anyway? What the fuck is this place? Am I in hell? A lot of bones. What are all these stones for, anyway? Oh, there's like a building right here. Let's check that out. Can't be more sinister than the rest of these places. Alright, this looks important. Hey, dude.
Madness. It was madness to attack that coven of witches. Why didn't they listen to me?
Book of Life and Service. Huh. Take a soul gem? Jube's Opus? Huh. Give me more Funyuns. Oh, is this it then? Wow, this is still 100% depressing. Who are you?
A soul gem. That's what it was. Then, I must be...
It's a plane of Oblivion, but it's not controlled by Daedric princes? Oh yeah, no, that's fine.
Well, look what we have here. Someone with flesh on their bones. Let's just say I sold something to a guy who turned out to work for a whole coven of necromancers.
Yeah, that seems legit.
How in the name of Zenithar was I to know the ingredients were phony? Do I look like someone that would double-cross a necromancer? You got it. Horse, wagon, and all. Plopped here without so much as a word. I used to be one of the best traders in High Rock, you know. Oh, people would track me down just to see what I had for sale.
Do you have anything left?
Very funny. And what exactly are you going to pay me with? Take a look around. Gold doesn't exactly win you any friends around here. I'll tell you what. I appreciate what you're trying to do, so I'll play along. The only thing I see around here in abundance are soul husks. You know, those ugly fungus-looking things growing out of the ground.
Yeah, Funyuns.
Bring me, say, 25 of them, and you can rummage through what was left on my cart.
Fair enough.
Odds and ends I've gathered over the years. Well, used to gather, before all of this nonsense happened to me.
Huh.
Tell me what you're looking for, and maybe we can make a deal. If You have the husks. You still got it, Morven. A salesman even beyond the end.
Oh, there are enemies here. Wrathman? What? Ow, what the f... Keeper? Dude, is that Dragonbone armor? Is that... does my man have Dragonbone armor? And he's got a Dragonbone axe, too? What? What the fuck?
Mother? Mother!
That was a lady.
It can't be. Serana?
Is it really you? I can't believe it. How do we get inside? We have to talk.
Serana, your mom's a
Serana,
cutie.
What are you doing here? Where's your father?
He doesn't know we're here. I don't have time to explain.
I must have failed. Harkon's found a way to decipher the prophecy, hasn't he?
No, you've got it all wrong. We're here to stop him. To make everything right.
Wait a moment. You've brought a stranger here? Have you lost your mind?
No, you don't...
You, come forward. I would speak with you. So how has it come to pass that a vampire hunter is in the company of my daughter? It pains me to think you'd travel with Serana under the guise of her protector in an effort to hunt me down.
MILF hunters extraordinaire.
Coming from one who murders vampires as a trade, I find it hard to believe your intentions are noble. Serana has sacrificed everything to prevent Harkon from completing the prophecy. I would have expected her to explain that to you. You think I'd have the audacity to place my own daughter in that tomb for the protection of her Elder Scroll alone? The scrolls are merely a means to an end. The key to the tyranny of the sun is Serana herself.
Sorry, what?
When I fled Castle Volkihar, I fled with 2 Elder Scrolls. The scroll I presume you found with Serana speaks of Auriel and his arcane weapon, Auriel's bow.
Uh-huh.
The second scroll declares that the blood of Cold Harbor's daughter will blind the eye of the dragon.
Oh, Serana's blood and the sun.
Like myself, Serana was a human once. We were devout followers of Lord Molig Bal. Tradition dictates the females be offered to Molig Bal on his summoning day. Few survive the ordeal.
Holy shit.
Those that do emerge as a pure-blooded vampire.
Holy fucking
We
shit.
call such confluences the Daughters of Cold Harbor. It was expected of her, just as it was expected of me. Being selected as an offering to Molig Bal is an honor.
Uh-huh.
She wouldn't have dared turn her back on that. It's what some call the domain of Molig Bal, his place in Oblivion. Now you're beginning to see why I wanted to protect Serana, and why I've kept the other Elder Scroll as far from her as possible.
So it's here with you, isn't it?
If Harkon obtained Auriel's bow, and Serana's blood was used to taint the weapon, the tyranny of the sun would be complete. In his eyes, she'd be dying for the good of all vampires. And how exactly do you plan on stopping him?
I'll need your help,
Have you been
obviously.
listening to me? Like Serana, I'm a pure-blooded vampire. My presence on Tamriel is as much of a danger as hers. You care nothing for Serana, or our plight.
Whoa,
Whether or
rude.
not you've become one of us in order to survive the Soul Cairn, you're still a vampire hunter at heart. You're here because we're abominations in your mind. Evil creatures that need to be destroyed.
Not the cute ones.
Serana? This stranger aligns herself with those that would hunt you down and slay you like an animal. Yet I should entrust you to her.
This stranger has done more for me in the brief time I've known her than you've done in centuries.
Ooh,
Dare you? I
roasted.
gave up everything I cared about to protect you from that fanatic you call a father.
Yes, he's a fanatic. He's changed. But he's still my father. Why can't you understand how that makes me feel?
Oh, Serana, if you'd only open your eyes. The moment your father discovers your role in the prophecy, that he needs your blood, you'll be in terrible danger.
So to protect me, you decided to shut me away from everything I cared about. You never asked me if hiding me in that tomb was the best course of action. You just expected me to follow you blindly. Both of you were obsessed with your own paths. Your motivations might have been different, but in the end, I'm still just a pawn to you too. I
Ooh,
want us to be
roasted.
family again. But I don't know if we can ever have that. Maybe we don't deserve that kind of happiness. Maybe it isn't for us. But we have to stop him before he goes too far. And to do that, we need the Elder Scroll.
I'm sorry, Serana. I didn't know. I didn't see. I've allowed my hatred of your father to estrange us for too long. Forgive me. If you want the Elder Scroll, it's yours. Your intentions are still somewhat unclear to me. But for Serana's sake, I'll assist you in any way that I can.
Straight people talking to gay people. Your intentions are still somewhat unclear to me.
Yes. I've kept it safely secured here ever since I was imprisoned. Fortunately, you're in a position to breach the barrier that surrounds these ruins.
Uh-huh. What do I do?
You need to locate the tallest of the rocky spires that surround these ruins.
Mm-hmm.
At their bases, the barrier's energy is being drawn from unfortunate souls that have been exiled here.
I'm not going to sing the song,
Destroy
but
the
yes.
keepers that are tending them, and it should bring the barrier down. One more word of warning. There's a dragon that calls itself Durnavir roaming the Cairn. Be wary of him. The
It's cool.
Ideal
I
Masters have
specialize
charged
in
you with
dragons.
overseeing the keepers, and will undoubtedly intervene if you're perceived as a threat.
Why didn't you pursue the
Archon's
prophecy?
vision is a world plunged in eternal darkness, where the vampire can flourish, and never again fear the tyranny of the sun. What he fails to realize is how much attention would be called to our kind if the prophecy came to fruition.
Such
The
as?
eternal night fell. There are many who wouldn't stand for it. They would raise armies in attempts to return things to normal. The order of the day would be our destruction, until every last vampire was hunted down and eliminated. I
And
do
so?
know. It's how the vampire has survived for millennia, and the only way we can continue to survive in the future. When
So
I
why were
entered
you
the Soul
here?
Cairn, I had intended to strike a bargain with the Ideal Masters, the custodians of this place.
Mm-hmm.
I requested refuge in the Soul Cairn, and in exchange, I would provide the Ideal Masters the souls that they craved. If I had foreseen the value they placed on my own soul, I would never have come here.
They tricked you.
The Ideal Masters unleashed their keepers and sent them to destroy me. Fortunately, I was able to hold them at bay and retreat into these ruins. Unfortunately, yes. Since the keepers weren't able to claim my soul, they had their minions construct a barrier that I'd never be able to breach. Time has very little meaning to me. Consequently, it has little meaning to the Ideal Masters as well. I suppose you could call this the ultimate waiting game. each watching the other to see which will give in.
So, Ideal Masters, who are
I know
they?
very little about them. They're mystic entities that lord over the soul cairn, controlling every aspect from its fabric to its appearance. While some necromancers believe they are the crystalline structures dotting the soul cairn, I believe there's more to it than that.
Such
I
as?
think they transcend what we perceive as a physical form. Perhaps they were once corporeal beings, but they've obviously reached a point where they no longer require a tangible presence. Conduits, through which the Ideal Masters speak to their underlings and feed on their victims. The Ideal Masters' weakness is their insatiable hunger for pure souls. It's the reason for the Soul Cairn's existence, and the only leverage a necromancer has when bargaining with them.
Well, what do they give?
The ability to summon powerful undead guardians, as one would conjure an Atronak or Daedra. However, the majority of necromancers that are foolish enough to enter into a bargain with the Ideal Masters wind up here, as harvested souls. As you've been traveling in the Soul Cairn, your body has become attuned to it. Let's just say a tiny part of you rubbed off on it.
Gross.
And in its place, a bit of the Soul Cairn filled the void. You should find no difficulty using the portal any longer. Be careful, and keep my daughter safe.
Let's kill those keeper things and get back to the prison.
I can kill stuff. I'm really good at killing stuff. So the Ideal Masters aren't Daedra?
You managed to destroy all 3 keepers?
Maybe this girl's hand.
Very impressive.
She's like, no.
You managed to destroy all 3 keepers? Very impressive.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes. Please follow me. Keep watch for Durnevere. With the prison's barrier down, he's almost certain to investigate.
I can't believe we found my mother alive. Well, you know what I mean.
Varieties of Daedra. Should I take all of her stuff? I'm not going to take all of her stuff. She lives here. I can't take her 2 books that she's had to read in like 1,000 years.